Hey, do you guys want to hear a joke? What do race cars in this video have in common? That's right! They're not very fuel efficient. No, but seriously, there's spoilers, so if you don't want spoilers, don't watch this video. Okay, bye.
Whoa.
Number 10 minus 6. It's The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, and it's Majora's Mask from The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask.
I could smack him. So, like I said in the last one, I am a huge fan of Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask. So, if, as you watch this video, you hear dark whisperings seeming to emanate from the floating mask that Link is battling, shut your computer down.
That happens to me every time I start a recording. I don't...
Wipe it. Melt it down. Never use it again. If not, keep watching. This epic fight can turn out many different ways. Fierce Deity Mask, for example. I wish I had it. It transforms you to an epic warrior of epicness. I mean, who doesn't love fighting magical masks with random tentacles?
Me.
The bolts of magical fire, summoning of 4 boss masks that you've already defeated. The only way it can get better is if it grows arms and legs and runs around randomly. Oh wait, it does that. I guess the only way for it to truly be better is if it starts using whips as weapons along with magical killer tops of doom. Does that too! Only downside to this boss? The sounds it makes. I love the sound of a chicken amplified to that of a screamo band. At number 3, we have Dark Bowser from Mario & Luigi, Bowser's Inside Story.
The Mario & Luigi games have always been favorites of mine. They're funny, epic, and they have Fawful. Well, at least they used to. Anyways, in this installment, Bowser has Mario & Luigi inside of him due to some weird plot twist where he sort of eats them. So you get to fight bosses in the game from both ends. Sometimes you'll fight them as Bowser and then he'll swallow them up and you'll have to fight them inside his stomach as Mario & Luigi. It's very creative.
Does Bowser know that they're still inside his stomach?
He doesn't find out until the end.
Ah!
Now the final boss is an evil being known as the Dark Star.
How violated would you feel?
If what?
If you had somebody living in your stomach.
I'm sure Bowser's eaten worse things than that. Now, the Dark Star has taken Bowser's DNA, and he's also eaten Fawful, who has gained power from the Dark Star as well. Dark Star then proceeds to bring on the end of the world by making a giant tornado made of darkness, and then the battle begins. And may I say, it features some of the best final boss music I've ever heard.
I don't know what it is.
You haven't listened to it? Dude,
not
it's
in a long
fantastic.
time.
Anyways. Dark Bowser, you start off by fighting him as normal Bowser, and he attacks you by hurling meteors and giant laser balls at you, and he even has some minions of his own that he uses. Then you have to punch him in the stomach, and it makes him spit out Fawful, who is now an evil spider, and that comes out of Dark Bowser's stomach, and you swallow him. Delicious. Then you have to fight Dark Spider Fawful and take out his kneecaps as the Mario and Luigi brothers inside of Bowser's stomach, and then proceed to attack his core. Now, you repeat this step a few times, and after some epic fighting, you manage to destroy the Dark Star and finish the fight with an epic KO punch. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Number 2!
We have the boss known as
The Shadow Queen!
from Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door.
So, just to warn you guys, we haven't actually written a script for these last two. We're just going to improv it, because, you know, that's what we do.
And these were our, like, top 2 bosses.
So I'm pretty sure we can rant about them very well. First of all, I'd like to start out by talking about the actual game, Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door.
Fantastic.
One of my all-time favorite games, I must say. If you haven't played the Paper Mario games, do so. I'm pretty sure most of you have, though. And if you have played Thousand-Year Door, you realize it's a great RPG. There's funny aspects to it, epic aspects. There's sadness. There's romance. I think there's romance.
There's probably
some romance in there. Anyways, the final boss, you go down into this ancient civilization through the Thousand-Year Door, and you get there just in time to see this evil being known as the Shadow Queen awake from her sleep.
And possess Peach.
Now, this actually was a really cool moment in the Mario series, the entire Mario series for me, because it actually gave Peach some depth. Like, no longer was she just a princess that you had to go and rescue, or some sort of person that you could tag along with and help you on your adventures. You actually had to fight her.
And there was a reason to why they kidnapped her. I mean, they kidnapped her so that she could be possessed. It wasn't just I want to trap Mario in my unlocked castle. I'm gonna steal his girlfriend.
No, it actually had a purpose behind it.
Yeah.
So the first phase, this is a turn-based battle, is you have to fight Peach as she's possessed by the Shadow Queen, and she's taunting you and shooting lightning bolts at you and all sorts of stuff.
And you can't do any damage.
Which sucks for you.
Yeah, it kind of does.
The next phase is she grows like hands, right? Is there 2 or 3 phases?
I think there's 3.
Yeah. The next phase is she grows hands, right?
I think so.
It's the Shadow Queen? Yeah. So the actual Shadow Queen shows herself and grows hands, you have to fight her. Now, as JJ said, you can't do any damage. And after a while, you're just trying to survive the fight, because it's just so dang hard.
But you can't survive the fight. That is the nasty trick that they place in some final bosses, which drives me insane.
It'd kind of be nice if it told you for once.
Yeah, I mean, you lose all your health, and then it's like, oh no, the Shadow Queen wins, and then it goes to a cutscene.
Anyways, all the people you've met in the game band together, and through the Crystal Stars, your main objective in the game, they send you words of encouragement and, cheer you on. You can do it, Mario. Mario becomes, powered up by the power of friendship and,
oh man.
jazz. Anyways, now you can actually do damage to the Shadow Queen, but even so, this boss fight was extreme. Did I say boss fight?
You said
the boss fight was extremely difficult for me.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, but no, this was a fantastic boss fight. Loved every minute of it. Yeah.
One of the best parts of it for me was that your companions, while you're fighting them, even express some of their emotions during it. They reflect on their journeys with you, and they express the hopelessness that you yourself feel as you're fighting the Shadow Queen.
Yeah.
But if you manage to beat her, oh man.
You saved the entire world.
Such fulfillment.
I mean, normally you beat Bowser and it's like, whoo! I just beat Bowser. Looks like the Mushroom Kingdom's safe for now.
Yeah!
No, you beat the stupid Shadow Queen and the entire world is saved because she's a resurrected demon.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah.
So, that is why Shadow Queen lands number 2 on our list.
number 1, we have Final Hazard from Sonic Adventure to Battle.
Surprise! It's another Sonic boss!
Another Sonic boss. Because this was just a fantastic boss. Okay. A, super cool hedgehog. Multiply that by 2 that you get to play as. This game, there are so many aspects of it, which is so awesome. There was speed aspects. There was treasure hunting aspects, which you would use like...
There was Eggman aspect!
There was Eggman aspect. You got to walk around in like a battle thing, and there's Eggman and Tails. Then as like Knuckles and Rouge, you got to like run around and find treasures. And as Sonic and Shadow, you got to just basically race to the end of course.
Yeah. So, this game is one of my all-time favorite games, not just because it's a Sonic game, because it has so much just a variety in it and excitement. And, okay, let me try to explain this as best I can. So, the story is that Dr. Eggman wants to use this space station called the Ark, its cannon, to destroy the world, and by destroying the world, he's going to take it over somehow. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But anyways, besides that, he ends up getting all the Chaos Stones he needs to activate the Ark, even though through the efforts of Sonic and his friends, they try to stop him. But once he activates the cannon, it doesn't actually shoot a laser, it conveys a message from Dr. Eggman's grandfather, Joe Robotnik, who says that because Gunn, this military organization, Earl, killed his, granddaughter, Maria, he is going to destroy the world, and because the 7 Chaos Emeralds are in the Ark, it has the power to crash into planet Earth and destroy it. Now, all the heroes and villains must band together, get to the Ark's core, shut it down before the world is destroyed, going through all these epic corridors and stuff, working together for the fate of the planet, and then this giant freaking lizard comes out of nowhere that actually is the ultimate life form that Shadow is based on, and then Shadow has to fight it, and then you think it's over, but the lizard attaches itself to the Ark outside in space as the Ark is crashing through the Earth's atmosphere to destroy the world, and you and Sonic and Shadow have to turn super, go inside the Ark and fight it in an epic confrontation that's called Final Hazard because it's hazardous!
Just expounding on some of the things Phantom just said. Gunn killed Maria, and then they took Shadow, because back then Shadow was already created. He is the ultimate life form, further derived from the prototype of the ultimate life form, which is the giant lizard thing. Now, Shadow and Maria kind of had this thing, you know.
Bestiality.
Ignore him. They kind of had feelings for each other. And so when Maria dies and Shadow is taken hostage by Gunn, he eventually vows revenge and decides to destroy the entire world. That's part of it. And then, by the end of it, Sonic convinces, I think it's Sonic.
Amy convinces Shadow.
Amy convinces Shadow that the right thing to do is to save people. And this is a super touching game, because if you guys have played the game Shadow the Hedgehog, it wasn't a very good game, but that is set directly after this game. After they finish fighting the Final Hazard, which is so...
Whoa, I think we should talk about the Final Hazard boss fight itself before we spoil the end. Okay. So, outside, as I said, sorry if I talk too fast or too slow for it. Outside, I'm sorry, you're in space outside the space colony Ark, and the Biolizard has attached itself to the Ark.
And is dragging it towards Earth because our heroes and anti-heroes have successfully stopped it from falling. But then the Biolizard, which is what its real name is like, I'm gonna attach myself to this thing and keep it falling. So it does that.
So, you're Sonic and Shadow, you're outside, and you're going around the lizard, and you have to fly into these little welts it have on its body. Now, it's protecting itself by shooting giant laser beams and these little balls of, where are they, like...
I don't even know what they are.
Anyways, it shoots that at you and you have to dodge it. Now, because you're Super Sonic and Shadow, you can't be hurt, but you are consistently running out of rings.
50 each time.
If you run out of rings, you die.
You have to restart the boss fight.
Now, this coolest part about the boss fight is you can switch between Sonic and Shadow. Say you're playing as Sonic on one side of the lizard, and you're running out of rings. You can switch to Shadow, and he will go on his side of the lizard and try to hurt him as he still has rings.
Yeah, but to do that, you have to fly over top. Otherwise, it doesn't switch.
Yes. Now, another cool thing about this boss battle is all your friends, Tails, Knuckles, and all your enemies, Rouge and Eggman, well, depending on how you look at it, are cheering you on and telling you how much time you have left at the boss battle from the Ark. That's right, you have 5 minutes to beat this boss. I researched it, I did. You have 5 minutes, otherwise you lose.
I believe it. It's never taken me that long. I think the longest it's taken me is 4.
And the longer you take, the redder the sky gets, as you know impending doom is headed your way.
Yeah.
So I'll leave the image.
Alright. So after you finally completely defeat, like after you take down all of its health, it cuts to a cutscene and it's like Sonic and Shadow are flying towards the Ark as fast as they can in their super form. And then, those of you that know Shadow the Hedgehog know that his signature move is Chaos Control, which A, can stop time, B, can teleport, but mostly teleport. So him and Sonic decide to use Chaos Control to move the Ark to a safer place. And they do that. But then, Shadow uses up all of his energy and loses his super form and falls to Earth. And as he's falling, it's a very touching moment because he says, Maria, this is what you wanted, right? This is the promise I made to you. And then he falls, and you assume that he dies.
Shadow realized that his true purpose of being made was to help humanity, not to hinder it. But unfortunately, it was too late for him. The final cutscene of this game is Sonic goes back on the Ark and reunites with everyone, and he breaks the sad news that Shadow has indeed died. At least, that's the big thing. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Final Hazard lands our #1 spot. Not only is this a great boss from my probably favorite Sonic game, but it's a fantastic boss from one of my favorite games of all time.
And it's got a fantastic storyline to it.
And we forgot the most important part of the boss fight! The music!
Oh my goodness. That music. Live and Learn, Crush 40.
Is not only one of my favorite video game songs of all time, it's probably one of my favorite songs of all time. Man, so much nostalgia overload. I need to lie down. I'll let you end it.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, so that's our top 10 final bosses. Thank you for hanging out and spending this time with Griffyn Rider
and fighting masks with tentacles with us.
Yes, and honestly, if strange masks are whispering to you in your mind, run away quickly. Yes. All right.
Hold on. I gotta do my outro thing. So first of all, I'd like to thank Griffyn Rider, my best friend here, very much for joining me for this countdown. Got anything to say to close?
No. I got nothing. Thanks for spending time with us.
Now, you guys said you liked these countdowns. If you liked this one, please tell me why you liked it, and if you want more countdowns. If you didn't like it, let me know why you didn't. Because I love criticism. Well, I don't love criticism, but it helps me improve my videos.
I love constructive criticism.
Yes, I love constructive criticism. Now, if you didn't see a final boss that you said that's your favorite, please go ahead and tell us.
Yeah, we might even do a viewers top 10 final boss countdown.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want, because really, it's all about you guys.
All about you.
I'm the Eggman Empire!
And with that, we should go. Alright, this is Griffyn Rider signing off.
And this is Phantom Menace saying, don't drive into a tree, because that would probably kill you.
Don't do drugs!